So this is the Land Rover Vision concept. It's a concept of the next generation of Discoveries. Now that's plural because the next range of Discoveries will be a range. There'll be an expected 3 models. Now I tweeted an image of this car when it was revealed a couple of days ago, and I asked for my followers' opinion. And one guy came back to me, a company called Balance Motorsport came back to me and said, why does Evo even care? And do you know what, that's a really good question. You know, these large SUVs aren't necessarily associated with the thrill of driving. But the reason why we're giving this car attention is it's the technology, the human-machine interface as it's known. There are a number of features in this car that could transfer to a next generation of Jaguar sports cars, for instance. And they really are mind-boggling features. There's one, for instance, that's kind of the next generation terrain response. So it's how this car responds to the type of surface around you. Now, there's a feature within this that Land Rover are predicting will cast a laser across your path ahead that you then follow, so you can navigate your way around rocks and crevices and things like that. Now, if you think about it, and this again hasn't been confirmed by Jaguar at all, that can apply to any form of sports car. Imagine you're driving your sports car on a track or even on the road, and the car literally projects a laser in front of you that you can follow so you can have the optimum, or more appropriately, the safest line. I mean, the mind boggles for that. You can become, you know, it's a driver assistance kind of program, really. I think it's absolutely fascinating stuff. Another piece of technology on this that again will transfer to a range of sports cars is this augmented reality concept. Now, the way it's used in this the Vision concept here is that it presents an invisible bonnet. So imagine you're climbing, you're on a steep incline, you're climbing up. You cannot see what's underneath your front wheels. You're not actually sure. So what this does, it projects an image of what's through your bonnet onto the lower half of the windscreen. So you actually have a full vista ahead of you. Now, what else that does? This is absolutely amazing stuff. It shows you the front wheels as well. So you accurately see where your front wheels are going to be placed, whether there's a rock or a boulder or you're going to fall off the edge of a cliff or something daft like that. Brilliant in a Land Rover application, but how again will that transfer to a sports car? Well, imagine again you're on a track or you're on the road or whatever, and you want to place the car absolutely perfectly. It's difficult to do that at the moment because you've got a whacking great bonnet in the way, but with augmented reality you can see your front wheels. Now, if you've driven an Aerial Atom or a Caterham, or you've been lucky enough to drive a single-seater, you know that you can place a car within a millimetre of an apex or an exit curve because you can see the wheels at the front. So I can imagine that on a next generation F-Type, for instance, this incredible augmented reality display. So there's some other features as well. It has a swipe function on all of the glass around you, so you can bring up information about your environment just by swiping the glass on the side. It tells you about your environment. And the same with all the controls. You can wave your hand at the heater controls and the system will come alive. This feature I'm less convinced by because you're having to create a gesture. You're having to take your hand off the wheel and you're having to do something. I would rather see a decent voice control system, and I don't think I'm the only person out there who's possibly frustrated by the number of the voice control systems that exist in modern motoring. So why do we care? Why does Evo care about this car? Well, I think you're right to be sceptical. This is a large SUV. We don't know much of its spec at the moment, but it's big, it's heavy, and the thrill is possibly going to come from those rare moments that you get to climb Everest, perhaps. However, the technology is transferable. An insider told me earlier on that, yeah, across the group, they're looking at ways of integrating this technology into other cars, in particular sports cars. So I'm fascinated to see how this shakes out. Hopefully we won't have to wait for too long into the future to find out. So very interesting car. Tell us your thoughts. Please tell us your thoughts below. Thanks for watching.